Hey everybody, it's Muffin, and I went and saw the Mario movie last night, and I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go ahead and say it. I'm gonna get a little confident. Little. I think aside from the Resident Evil franchise, this is gonna go down as like one of the best video games to film adaptations of all time. I think it was actually really good, and just fun to watch. Personally, I thought it was a really good movie. So I went last night. It was 12:01 a.m., like midnight showing, and I think for like a lot of people, my expectations for this movie is like, okay, Mario, especially because it's like had a history of like not being like the greatest movie adaptation back in the day. I thought that they were gonna come with a very simple plot, a very simple script, and it was just gonna be like a fun movie that's just like, oh, it's just Mario on screen and watch him do like Mario stuff, like hit boxes and stomp on Goombas, and that was just gonna be the movie, and ooh, kids enjoy it. And for the most part, that's what the movie is. It's very plain. I probably it's very simple. Like this movie has no level of subtext. There's no level of like, oh, I wonder what's there's no like bait and switch or whatever. No, like what's gonna happen next. Literally, kind of like, no spoilers, but kind of how the entire movie goes is like they'll go like, oh, Princess Peach, Bowser's coming to destroy like the Mushroom Kingdom. What are we gonna do? And then Princess Peach is just like, I'm gonna go do this, and then she just walks out the room and goes to do it. And that's how the entire movie goes. Is someone's just like, oh, this is what we're gonna do, and then they just go do it. And honestly, I thought that was fine because there were a couple of other things that carried the movie instead of just like the raw plot. I guess like Nintendo's not known for having even crazy plots. Even Zelda's not that wild of a plot. I mean, it's really the characters that carry it all. And especially in this movie, the characters are really well done. Bowser and Jack Black is a very well done character, and so is just almost every character. I think was cast very well. I know a lot of people are gonna be contentious about Chris Pratt. I want to talk about that in a second. But I think almost every character was cast pretty well, and also was played very well in my opinion. Especially like Charlie Day was one I really wanted to call out as Luigi. I think Luigi was done very well. Seth Rogen, I didn't really think was going to be that good, but he did a fine job with Donkey Kong, and then Bowser with Jack Black. You can tell he really liked that role, and he was just having fun with it, and so we were able to have fun with it as an audience. I think everyone that watched it was having a good time, especially when Jack Black was on the screen. Absolutely captivating, great job, interesting character, just done very goofy and fun, and in a I mean not Disney, like in a like Nintendo type of way. So. I think everyone's gonna like most of the characters. I know a lot of people were really upset about the way that they did Chris Pratt's voice, and that he's like got a barely like Italian or like Bronx or accent. I don't know. I'm from Georgia, so I don't really know much about accents. But I think he does go a little full on with the accent at a certain point in the film, and I think seeing that made me go, I'm actually super okay with most of the film. He's just kind of like a dude for the most part. I mean, he does like a let's go, but he doesn't do the full accent the entire movie. Because I think honestly, like if we had to listen to Chris Pratt that entire time trying to go full on Mario, it probably wouldn't have been a great job. So maybe they could have cast a better actor that could have done the accent in a less annoying way throughout the entire film. But I think at least this is the best we're going to get with Chris Pratt, and it was fine. And they even kind of play with the idea of like, why does he not have the full accent as well too, a little bit. There's no subtext really. They kind of like put everything out in front of you, so they mention it slightly, but it's not a huge thing throughout the movie, his accent. And I thought it was fine too. I barely paid attention to it past the first like 10 minutes. The only character that I personally think should have been cast completely different, or they should have completely redone the voice or whatever, was Fred Armisen as Crazy Kong or Cranky Kong. I did not enjoy it at all. I don't know if there's a game where Cranky Kong talks. I have played like the first 3D platformer Donkey Kong game, but I don't remember them talking in that game, and it was also like 4. But I almost wish that the Donkey Kongs or the Kongs didn't talk at all in the movie, personally, but that would have changed the film a lot because they're very important characters. But definitely Cranky Kong I did not like his performance at all. Anytime we talked, I was just like, I'm tuning out. I hate you a lot. But everyone else, I thought it did a great job. But the story is very simple. The characters are a lot of fun. But the thing that really got me is the music. There's a lot of iconic music in the Nintendo franchise, and they really play with it. They really find great ways to put it in throughout the film. So you'll hear like, and there's normal music like No Sleep Till Brooklyn comes in at one point, and that one was I like that. You get your Beastie Boys in there, but there's also just like they'll just like move in and out of like these like kind of orchestral pieces that mix in like like I did that horribly, but when it comes up, it's actually really good, and you're sitting there going, "Oh man, I love Mario music," but in like a movie sense, it's almost like you went and watched like a Marvel movie when you sit down and like all the Avengers are like arriving together, and then you just hear like swelling up orchestras, but it's like some of the classics that we remember from either our childhood or if you've been playing these games in adulthood and you kind of just like really recognize them. They're good music in their own right. So I think that they did a great job in honoring like old music. That was the thing that really I respected the most. Also playing with the game mechanics and putting those in the film. There are several times that they play with how the camera works in order to make it look more like the video game, or even just dealing with the idea of like floating blocks or power-ups. Like the power-ups play a huge role in the movie. Honestly, I just think it was a really fun film. I can't imagine someone to go see this film, especially if you go with like a kid. I'm trying to get my sister to take my niece. I think it would be like so much fun for her. I think she would love this film, even though she doesn't know anything about Mario and she hasn't played any of the games. I think she would love the film, and I think me, a 26-year-old man, also enjoyed the film, and like my mom went and saw it, and my family went and saw it, and they were all like, yeah, it was all right, at least. Like the worst was like, oh, it's okay. But I thought it was pretty good. I gave it like a 8 out of 10, 9 out of 10. I don't have like a hard number, but between 8 and 9. It wasn't perfect, especially because like Cranky Kong I found quite annoying actually. But I thought the simplicity of the plot, it just tried to make you laugh most of the time and be goofy. It's a fun like show up and just laugh and chill type of movie. Not if you're something going for like some crazy story or plot, or like I would even go there's no character development at all. No one changes throughout the movie at all. But I thought it was okay because it's kind of like they set up like this like Luigi and Mario are brothers, and like at the beginning of the movie he's just like, yo man, we're good friends, we're good brothers, and I love you. And then at the end of the movie it's like, yo, we're good brothers and I love you. and that's like all the movie is. It's really just a celebration, in my opinion, of what Mario is. And in a wider aspect, kind of like what gaming is. It's going on an adventure. It's kind of just having a good time, being able to escape for a little bit, like an hour and a half, and just be able to just chill and not worry about nothing. And I thought the movie really captured that very well. So for me personally, this is my first time ever like reviewing a movie on this channel, but I thought it's gaming adjacent, and I'm talking about games recently, so I was like, I'll talk about it. But I really love the Mario movie. I think that you should definitely go out and see it if you're even slightly curious. I think it's fun, and honestly, it doesn't try too hard, and what it does try to do, it hits perfectly well. Something I didn't mention is that Illumination, like we've seen their animation over the last like decade, did a great job. Like you've seen the trailer, like Bowser looks amazing, Mario looks amazing, Luigi, it's all done really well. And you'll see a bunch of like your favorite characters throughout the Mario franchise. So I thought it was pretty good. I really enjoyed it, and I give it my muffin seal of approval. I don't know if I'll do more of these movie reviews, but yeah, I thought it was really good. Go see it. But anyways, I've been Muffin. You guys have been amazing, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.